Hello and welcome. My name is Jocelyn and today I am starting a series that I have been meaning to start for probably a year or so, but it was very intimidating and time consuming, so I'm just now finally kicking my butt in gear and telling myself we're doing this. Alex and I are moving hopefully this year, which is a perfect time to get this series started. This video is my intro to my 30 days of decluttering. Now, there's a lot of videos like this out there on YouTube. Some of them are also called 30 days to minimalism. I was very reluctant to call it that because I am in no way, shape, or form a minimalist, nor do I want to be. I want to incorporate a lot of those ideas into my life. I have already done that throughout the year based on a book that I read that I'll go into in a moment, but 30 days of decluttering or 30 days of minimalism, really they're interchangeable titles, but I was again very reluctant to call it 30 days to minimalism because I am not a minimalist and I didn't want to give people the wrong impression. It also kind of seems like that group can get very angry when someone uses that term but doesn't visually fit what they think a minimalist is, because minimalism can mean a lot of different things to a lot of different people. What one person thinks is minimalist maybe isn't what somebody else thinks is minimalist. So I'm just throwing it out there. I'm not a minimalist. I do have a fair amount of things, but I want to get rid of things that I don't want, that I don't care about, that don't fit my lifestyle, that don't spark joy. And if you've heard that term before, it's probably because either one, you read The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up by Marie Kondo, or two, you've watched her most recent series that's out on Netflix. And I think it's called Tidying Up. I just started watching it. I'm on episode 3, I believe, and it's really interesting. But if you haven't read the book, I would highly encourage reading the book. I actually had it sitting right behind me. So this is what the book looks like. It is such an incredible book. If you're looking for some inspiration to get your decluttering journey done, if you're feeling stressed out by your environment at home or frustrated because nothing ever seems to get clean, there seems to be clutter all the time, really super highly recommend picking this book up and giving it a read. So this was the first inspiration for this video series on this channel. The second was a YouTuber here. Her name is Muchelle B. I will link her channel down below. She has all kinds of videos relating to tidying up, decluttering, simplifying your life. Really, she's an extremely inspirational person on this platform and I would highly recommend checking her channel out. About a year ago, she started a series and I think the exact title might have been Simplify Your Life in 30 Days. And then every day for 30 days, I think it was every day for 30 days, she posted a video about a different category that she was decluttering. So that in combination with Marie Kondo's book really inspired me to want to spend 30 days decluttering my space, going through all of my things and sorting out what sparked joy and what I'm holding on to that I don't really need to hold on to, that's just creating clutter. So the way I'm doing this challenge or project is every day I'm going to be decluttering items. The amount of items I'm decluttering is associated with the number of that day. So on day 1, I'll declutter 1 thing. On day 2, I'll declutter 2 things, so on and so forth. For those who are very unfamiliar with decluttering, who are just getting into decluttering, who don't know where to start, don't know how to start, this is a really good challenge for you because you start off small and then you grow. It helps you not get so overwhelmed because at the very beginning you're just looking for 1 thing and then the next day 2 things. So it gets a little bit easier. If you want to join me on this, I'll give you a couple recommendations in case you're not familiar with Marie Kondo or Muchelle B. Don't start with your sentimental pieces first. Start with clothing, for example, which some of you might be like, oh, well, that's very sentimental. Probably not all of it. Like, you know, your socks, your underwear, your bras, your pants, your shirts, your jackets, all of those are pieces that you can go through every single piece and determine, does this spark joy? Do I love wearing this? Do I enjoy wearing this? And if the answer is no, then why are you holding on to it? Get rid of it. Clothing is a good place to start. Kitchen gadgets and drawers and cupboards, that's another really good place to start. Get rid of those things that you never use, even if you say, oh yeah, that's probably a cool thing to have. If you're really honest with yourself and you're not gonna use it, don't hold on to it. Movies and books are other really good places you can dive into. So if you know you're never going to read that book again, it really doesn't hold sentimental value to you. So you've read it, you've enjoyed it, you probably won't read it again. Pass it along to another book lover friend. Give somebody else the opportunity to enjoy that book. Other places that you can focus on are papers. This is another category in Marie Kondo's book. So if you have a place where you store all of your just paper things, this could be past credit card statements, bills, owner manuals, any kind of paper. That's another really good place to declutter. Things that you're never going to look at again, that you're never going to need again. Maybe you have an electronic copy, so why are you holding on to that physical copy? That's another piece of advice, is if you have the ability, you could transpose a physical copy into an electronic copy, so you don't have to have that piece of paper sitting around forever. You can have it as an electronic copy somewhere safe. Probably multiple places, just in case, you have it on your computer and then your computer crashes. If you transpose things into an electronic copy, I would suggest keeping it a couple different places just in case. Another really important place to declutter that not many people think about is your digital space. So this could include apps on your phone, photos, videos, people on your social media feed that don't add to your experience on social media. Perhaps there's people that you follow that do the opposite. They take from you rather than giving to you. So this could be people who you follow that make you feel bad about yourself. If you're watching this video, there's a good chance that you spend a fair amount of time on social media. It's important that we make sure that we're surrounding ourselves in a positive environment that we feel comfortable and confident in. So if you're following people that you don't feel good about following, unfollow them. It should be as easy as that. Also, again, photos, apps, videos, things that you don't really need that are just taking up space, get rid of them. Along with your phone, you could also take a look at your computer. A lot of times we just store things on computers that we probably don't need anymore. Go through that digital space and clear out old junk that you don't need anymore. Not only will it free up RAM space, but also it'll just feel better not to have all of that clutter in your digital space. So those are some tips for you if you want to join me on this journey. I am planning on making updates weekly, so look out for those updates. I just did the math on my phone, and if my calculations are correct, I should, by the end of this project, decluttered around 465 items. It'll be really interesting to see how I do that. I am planning on decluttering my makeup collection here in a little while, so I'm assuming I'll incorporate that as one of those days. If you want to join along in this project, feel free to bend and turn the rules to your leisure. I do recommend though starting small and growing. That way you don't feel too overwhelmed or declutter too many things at once if you want to do it in 30 days. So if you declutter 30 things on day 1, by day 30, maybe you don't have enough things to declutter anymore, which I guess would be okay. So again, feel free to bend and move these rules to fit whatever works for you. Another example is if I'm decluttering my closet on day 15 and I end up decluttering 20 items, I'm gonna be okay with that. I'm not gonna push some items aside to include in the next day. I'll just move on to a different space the next day. So I'm really, really excited about this. It's coming up on the springtime, so spring cleaning is filling my veins right now. I'm feeling very motivated. I hope this inspires you to declutter your space in the hopes of promoting a more engaging and comfortable environment for yourself. That's my hope by the end of this, is that I can walk into all of my spaces and just feel at peace, not feel tense or uncomfortable. I may have missed something, so if I did, I'll leave it down in the description below. I'll also have Marie Kondo's book linked below and Muchelle B's channel, so you can check them out. Again, I highly recommend both of them. They're both extremely inspiring. If you like this video, I know it's just an intro video, but if you're excited about this declutter journey, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to follow me along on this declutter journey, please subscribe so you don't miss my updates. I also do a lot of project panning and beauty related things, so if you're into that, feel free to stick around. I hope you weren't expecting decluttering in this video because this is just the intro video, but we will be doing lots of decluttering in the future. So again, I'm very excited. I hope you are too. And I think that's everything I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.